Hey guys, welcome to another video. This is Anthony P from the DFS Army, coach and contributor. This video is for our VIP members. If you're not a VIP member, please visit us at dfsarmy.com or hit me on Twitter at Anthony P underscore PMI. Ask me any questions. Be more than happy to help you out with this. What do we do here? Much different than any other website that focuses on just providing you content. All the magic happens into our Slack group where we've got some tremendous coaches and VIP members that are going to help you build solid cash or GPP lineups. I focus more on the cash side. So I spend a lot of time coaching our people, showing them, telling them why, making them think about doing the right decision, picking the right player for that specific slate or that cash lineup that they're building. And today, what I want to do is I want to take the cash list that I provide our VIPs on a daily basis, and how can we leverage the research station so that we could build solid lineups with solid floors. Before we get to that, yesterday many were asking me, what do I play on the cash side? What do I play in terms of tournaments, in terms of cash games? So I want to give you guys, a really quick. It just can't be slower, right? So we're looking at yesterday. We finished with a score of 135. We could focus on this column right here. So there's a mix of 5 times, triple ups, 100 player contests that are GPPs. We've got single entries. And all of this portion right here is usually 20 to 25% of what I play on a daily basis. And then the focus here is in the double ups, beat the score, 50-50. And this is where most of my focus is, 55 to 70%, sometimes even 80%. Of my money is allocated on 50-50s, head to head. So we could see that yesterday with a score of 135, we did pretty well. I did not lose many of them. All right, we finished at a success rate of, I believe, 69% by the end of the evening. On the day before, we finished with a score of 148, similar to what you folks saw for yesterday. And again, a ton of 50-50 head-to-head, sorry guys, and a mix of 50-50 and double ups. But my bulk is really into the head-to-head. That's where all the money is, and we could see the success rate that we're having here. 148 the day before, on the 11th. We're focusing again on a mix of double ups, a mix of head-to-head. So this gives you guys a pretty good idea. All right, so let's move on. This is our Slack DFS Army NHL talk group where we've got all our coaches, we've got our VIPs that are highly involved, making sure that we get to you guys, that we share everything that you guys need to know to help you guys out. So this is the list for today, right? When we're looking at my thoughts, my notes, I take a lot of them. It's a long process. When we're in a 5-game slate, it's a little bit easier. But there's 2 games that I really like. Pittsburgh and Vegas are the 2 teams that I want to start building my lineup around. By looking at the center position, we quickly realize there's not much value here today. So I really hate putting these guys here. They don't have high floors, but they could provide some decent upside. So we're going to be paying up at center. And what I mean paying up is it's not having 2 studs at $9,200. It's going to really make it difficult for you to continue building the rest of your lineup. But yesterday I paid down in center, and what paying down was I paid for Carter at little bit over $6,000, and we paid for Point with Tampa Bay a little bit over $6,000. So I had about 12,000 and change allocated to the center position. This evening we're going to need potentially a Crosby or a Malkin, right? So that's what I mean by paying up. So center is not a great position for value. So we're going to be paying up at center this evening. When we're looking at Letang, is one of my top projected defensemen for the slate. Yes, Burns is playing. He's not scoring. The top tier players in San Jose are a little bit cold. He still has a solid floor. But in terms of my projections, Letang's got some great upside this evening playing against the Rangers that have the 22nd worst defense at home. In terms of goalies, we've got a choice of 4 goalies. Vegas line pretty high for Pittsburgh and Anaheim and Vegas and Toronto. My concerns with Anderson is, he had 2 bad games before playing like a real stud against Pittsburgh that didn't show up for that game. So there's a bit of concerns there. Not Bishop, but Gibson, who has got probably the best matchup, hasn't been doing too well either. He allowed 4 goals in his last 2 games, so for a total of 8. I like Fleury tonight as my goalie. He's got some great splits against New Jersey, going back to Pittsburgh. Vegas is really hot at home. The team's got the 6th best defense at home in the league, and they're currently allowing under 2 goals a game. So that's a game that I really like a lot on the Vegas side, and also on the goalies. So what I want to try and do with you guys now is just, people get this. Our VIPs get this. They look at it and then they start just punching in some players, and there's got to be some meaningful usage of this list. If you're just going to key in some players without strategizing, using the research station to be capable of coming up with some solid floor, it's not going to help you on the long run, right? So I had to answer a couple of questions today where I'm like, hey, let me just do this video. And hopefully it can help you guys, right? So those that don't have the time to do the research, but that still want to have a foundation to go and pick some players to build a cash team, this could be your first stop. If you got time to do your own research, spend the hours or spend the hour into a research station where you could sort all kinds of the stats that we've got here, and also learn through the process by asking us questions if there's anything that we could do for you. So I usually run at least 10 to 15 lineups when there's slates of 8 games or more. 5 games, I ran about 5 lineups this morning. So I've identified the teams that I want to build around. I've identified my goaltender. I've identified my value, and then I just start building from there. Right? So if we start at the center positions, we got 2 ways of going, and these are examples, guys. We've got 2 ways of going, right? We've got the teams that I want to build around, right? And we've got the players that I've identified that I like, and we've identified the value. And we could start with a Clarkson and a Zibby for 13.9. They give you a season floor of 10.4, and they give you, in the last 21 games, a floor of 12.4. We could go with a Malkin at 9,200, who's got a lot of upside and potentially going to be really, really highly owned tonight. And a Brassard that just keeps on shitting the bed. And what's the difference here? We're $1,450. So $600 more, similar floor, but a smaller floor in the last 21. With Clarkson, we've got potentially the same upside in scoring season long, right? Rows that I added over here. Malkin, 39 goals divided by 66 games gives him 0.59 goals per game. Clarkson, 36 goals divided by 69 games. It gives him 0.52 goals a game. And how is he doing the last 21? He's been scoring above his season average. What about Malkin? Scoring above his season average. The difference is here, guys. Because I am saving almost $2,000 on Clarkson, who is in a great matchup tonight against the 17th worst defense on the road with New Jersey. It gives me the opportunity to pay up a little bit more for Ziba and getting a higher floor shots on goals and block shots and a scoring upside. Someone might ask, why not Pavelski? Why not Couture? I just don't like this matchup. These two teams have been playing the over the last 6 games. Edmonton's got a really bad power play, but both offenses are at the bottom of the charts here. So San Jose on the road's got the 6th worst offense, and Edmonton has got the 7th worst offense at home. Right, they're both Edmonton's allowing under 2 goals a game in their last 5, and San Jose is allowing just a little bit above 2 goals. I just don't like the matchup. Is McDavid a stud? Yes, he is. We could put McDavid here instead of Malkin. It could have great upside for us. I just don't like the matchup here. So it's all about looking at the matchups also and identifying the games you want to target. So I do the same thing for our wingers here. And when I look at this lineup right here, which is most probably the one that I'm going to be running with, my punts are Komarov, and that's it. We can't consider this dude a punt. He's 4.3, and he's a regular player on the first line. Komarov is on the first line because Matthews is hurt. He's got a salary of 3.5. But when we're looking at this lineup right here, you're saying, Anthony, why are we even looking at this lineup here? Versus this lineup here, that's got much more upside, right? So when we're calculating shots on goal and block shots for the season, I have a floor of 41.86 with Clarkson, Ziba, Ornquist, Marchand-So, Komarov, Donskoy, Letang, and Riley. And I have a floor of 44.16 with Malkin, Brassard, Reichel, Touch, Ornquist, Komarov, Burns, and Mata. So Burns here is what makes the big difference. If we look at the 21 last days, we've got a higher floor for this lineup here. When we're looking at goals upside for the season, we've got a better floor here, and the same in the last 21 days. Why would I want to go pick this right here? I believe that in this lineup right here, we've got more upside. I believe that I'll be in a better shape with Fleury than with Gibson, right? I believe a Letang is going to have a lot more upside versus Burns that has not scored in the last 21 days. It all becomes matchups. It all becomes, at the end, how you analyzed the matchups. Other factors such as implied team totals that could give you an indication of where ownership is going to be. And this is how I leverage this list and trying to find my highest floor to be capable of building a solid cash lineup. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to hit me on Twitter, AnthonyP_PMI, or just visit dfsarmy.com. Get a discount for life by using the promo code Tony. If there's any other questions you guys have, please don't hesitate. Thanks for watching, guys.